What's the best thing that happened to you in Truth or Dare? Got dared to kiss my back then HS crush. Couldn't do it not because I'm kinda shy but because it was my crush, so I denied and got booed out. She later came to check up on me and asked if I wanna do it, now that the others weren't around. Of course I said yes and we kissed. First on the cheek, then normally. Afterwards she giggled and told me she liked it. There never came anything from it, but I still think of her quite a lot these days. I was dared to read a fan fiction out loud. I found out a girl I had a crush on me. So my hair is pretty long. My friends used me as a mop to clean the wet floor. It was a fun idea. Wasn't fun, but remembering it is ahaha. The best thing was getting my lap sat on by my crush and a kiss on the cheek from her. My friend dared the girl I had a crush on to kiss me. She stared at me and said I can't do it. He's too ugly, and the other girls said the same thing. I ended up being ignored for the rest of the game. Good times. Edit. I was 12 when it happened. That event was one of the reasons why I grew up with low self-esteem. I'm over it now, but talking about it made me feel better as I never mentioned this tragedy before. Thanks, y'all. PS. That girl I had a crush on tried to hit on me last year. With that time worked out well on you kinda thought. My two straight male friends got in their underwear and scissored each other while singing Fancy Living. Here we come from SpongeBob. I'm way late, but the first day I met my wife we played a game of Truth or Dare. She asked me, Truth, what kind of clothes on a girl do you like? Then the next day she showed up to my house in those clothes. So what kind do you like? Winnie the Pooh. Red shirt, no pants. I wasn't even playing and someone dared a girl I liked to kiss me. That someone became a very good friend. Was sitting outside at a college campus and was dared to yell I love you to the next person I saw. I did, and this dude yells it back and keeps walking. We go back and forth, getting louder and louder as he walks off. Best reaction ever. I was about 12 at a friend's sleepover. I was dared to go home by a kid who didn't like me too much. I walked the 2 miles home, and as I came to my driveway my older brother had just pulled in. He had 3 baby raccoons with him because he had hit their mother while delivering pizza. I got to spend the rest of the night with him. 3 raccoons and a cheese and pepperoni pizza watching Nightmare on Elm Street. Truth. What's the most interesting place you've had sex? I've never had sex, not in a bed. Oh, do I have a 2001 Grand Am backseat for you? I had a 2001 Grand Am backseat for her. Wasn't me, but a girl was dared to mirror what I do. So I made her hug a guy I knew liked her. Edit. For all the people saying I should have blown him, she only mirrored what I did, so I would have had to have given the air one top tier BJ. I was playing Truth or Dare with my sister's friends and I dared one of them to do something, and after one of them says, you could have dared someone to kiss you and you would have gotten your first kiss. That immediately set a light off in my head, and later in the night I asked if I could kiss her and I did. So I got to kiss a really pretty girl. Got to make out with a girl I was crushing on. I made my friend's boyfriend make out with a 4-foot tall nutcracker. That's the best I got. I got to grab a girl's boob under the shirt. I was 16 and it was awesome. A girl, I didn't have a crush on her, but she was nice, flashed me. She also let me fondle her boobies. I know it's lame considering some of the responses here, but that's what I got. A guy told me I was beautiful and that he was too shy to always tell me that cause he thought I was way out of his league. I found out who took my calculator. Broke the ice with my current fiance playing it. One of the coolest nights of my life. Kissed the girl that would later become my first ever girlfriend, but is now my ex. It was a good 2 years though. I got a BJ from a girl up the street once. All the other times ended up with me jumping off a hotel into the pool or some stupid like that. Got to see a hot girl's tit imprints in the snow. Not too impressive, I know, but teenage me had that picture engraved in my head for a while, lol. I was at work, high school job at a department store, and the 4 of us in my department were playing Truth or Dare. Mostly dumb work stuff like go mix up those shirts. Someone dared the girl who had a rep as being experienced, who was a couple years older than me, to give me a BJ. She told me to take break with her. I played along. We went to her car. She actually blew me in the store parking lot. We dared this girl to give a friend of mine a lap dance using the first song that came up when he shuffled his entire song library. Seems pretty normal until she had to give a 3-minute lap dance to Cats in the Cradle. I got to see my friend's sister's boobs and watch him lick an electric fence all in the same day. I am so glad you said electric fence. Crush sat on my lap the rest of the game. My lil soldier had a hard time staying focused. Good times though. Cute girl pulled her pants down and full on sat on my face for a solid minute. I was a late bloomer in HS. By the time I realized I may be attractive to anyone, it was over. Our senior year party for an art magnet school. We played this. A girl I had a fairly solid crush on, popular cheerleader, a good friend, was asked who she had fantasized about, and I was the answer. Blew my mind. Gave me the guts to ask her out. It was a horribly awkward silly lunch date. Built my confidence a lot heading into college. A silly story, but it was a good one. Not much, but a friend of mine earned the nickname Big Chris, or BDC for short, after a game. I chose truth every time because I was super boring and had nothing to hide. I got made fun of that weekend. But Monday morning the nasty wannabe popular bee went around spreading everyone's secrets and the ridiculous dares they did. Everyone except me. Boring for the win. I went to an acquaintance's birthday. We spoke maybe 10 times prior. After a while she was down to just her bra and panties. That's when she was dared to seduce me. Well, she was kind of awkward, so her version of seduction was just to tackle me while we were both near naked. That was a great night, and we're celebrating our first year of marriage next weekend. I won $20 by doing a dare in which I ran outside in my underwear when it was sleeting outside. Girl got dared to spin the bottle and give a BJ to whoever it lands on right in front of everybody. The bottle didn't point at me, but I had a nice view right next to the girl it did land on. Apparently, she had experience dining at the Y. I got to motorboat a girl's tits. It was in a hotel during a school sport trip. My best friend knew I liked her and did me a solid. Got dared to ignore getting tits rubbed in my face for a minute. Your boy can poker face like a champion. Best minute of my teenage life. Edit. To clear a couple of things up. It was a woman rubbing her boobs in my face and they weren't clothed. Group us were in these tunnels that we like to hang out in, and our friend was dared to give me a BJ. Which she actually did. Best 10 seconds I ever had down there. Ended up dating on and off for the next 2 years or so. Someone dared me to kiss a lady that I happened to have a thing for anyway. It was a very long time before we stopped kissing. Dated her for 3 years. Great lady, always a little sad it didn't work out. I got to watch my middle school friend, it was winter, go down to the yard, strip to boxers and run a lap around the yard. Needless to say, we were all impressed and hysterically laughing. He did this in the middle of class, by the way. 8. I'm also pretty late but might as well. By far the most insane game of truth or dare I played was on the beach in the middle of the night when I was 17 or so. Ended up with me naked and making out with a chick I kinda crushed on, who was also naked at that point. In the end we were alone, and she ended up pushing me down and things started to get interesting. And for some reason I just pushed her over and was like nah, and we just stayed there and looked at the stars for a while until we both awkwardly left. To this day, I don't know why I did it. So, that was one of the most awkward moments of my life. Was playing truth or dare when my friend dared the hottest girl to have sex with me. I was still a virgin at that time, so she said okay and did it. It was the best time of my life. And that is how I met my duck buddy, and we still are duck buddies. So I have two. I have a group of friends in school who often play truth or dare during class. A friend was dared to take off her bra, which she did under her shirt. Little did she know, her shirt allowed for her nipples to be seen through, and no one pointed that out until much later. When she realized, she hid under the table and took her shirt off before putting on her bra and her shirt back again. I managed to see a nipple under the table. This happened while we were 16, by the way. The other one happened back in 7th grade. I was playing with a very small group of friends, including my crush and her sister, on my house. The sister went for some water and came back with a nice cup. She tripped and the water drenched my little crush. Nothing was poking out. Her shirt was just wet. She then went to the bathroom to change into her little vest. She had nothing else while her clothes dried out. When the time came, she had to put her clothes back on and headed to do so to the bathroom again. However, she forgot her now dry clothes and asked me to hand them to her. When I went to the bathroom, she was completely topless and didn't seem to care much. While this wasn't a dare, it happened during truth or dare, so I guess it counts. Anyway, I later learned she also had a crush on me and that's probably why she did it. We later became a couple and lasted for about a month. Cool times.